Hey there, my little adventurers. Ready for the most epic escape story ever told? I'm talking about a guy named Moses who basically became the world's first tour guide. Except his vacation package included some pretty wild surprises. Meet Moses. Now, Moses wasn't your average grandpa with a walking stick. This guy had a direct hotline to God himself. You see, Moses had just helped over 600,000 people escape from Egypt. That's like moving an entire city on foot. But here's where things get interesting. The Egyptian king, we call him Pharaoh, suddenly had a major case of buyer's remorse. You know, like when you let your friend borrow your favorite toy and then immediately want it back? Except this toy was an entire nation of people. So what does Pharaoh do? He grabs his entire army, 600 of the fanciest chariots you've ever seen, and goes chasing after them like the world's angriest delivery service trying to get their package back. Picture this, my little adventurers. You're on the biggest family road trip ever, except there are no roads, no GPS, and definitely no drive-through restaurants. The Israelites are trudging through the hot, sandy desert when suddenly, Moses? I think we've got company. Yep, Pharaoh's army was catching up faster than you can say, are we there yet? And then, they reached the Red Sea. Now this wasn't a cute little puddle you could hop over. This was a massive body of water that looked like it went on forever. Imagine the biggest swimming pool ever, times about 1,000,000. So there they were, stuck between the Egyptian army behind them and the Red Sea in front of them. Talk about being caught between a rock and a very wet place. Some of the people started freaking out. "Moses!" they cried. "Did you bring us out here just to become fish food?" But Moses had something up his sleeve. Moses stood there, calm as can be, and said something absolutely amazing. Don't be afraid. Just watch what God is going to do. Now that's confidence, my little adventurers. It's like standing in front of the biggest test ever and saying, I've got this. Then Moses did something that looked pretty simple but was absolutely mind-blowing. He stretched out his hand over the Red Sea, just like you might reach for your favorite snack on a high shelf. And what happened next was incredible. God sent the strongest wind you could ever imagine. Not just a little breeze that messes up your hair, but a wind so powerful it could rearrange an entire sea. This wind pushed and pushed and pushed the water until the water split apart like the world's most amazing magic trick. Except this wasn't magic. This was God showing off his incredible power. The sea wall on the left, sea wall on the right, and a perfectly dry highway right down the middle. Can you imagine walking across the bottom of the sea? Sand castles everywhere, probably some very confused fish wondering where all their water went. The Israelites walked across on completely dry ground, not muddy, not soggy, but dry as your bedroom floor. But the Egyptians? They weren't giving up that easily. Those Egyptian chariots came racing after them like they were chasing the ice cream truck. Down into the seabed they went, horses galloping, wheels spinning, determined to catch up. But just as soon as the last Israelite stepped onto the other side, safe and sound, Moses stretched out his hand over the sea again, and the water came crashing back together like the world's biggest high five. The Egyptian army? Let's just say they got a swimming lesson they weren't planning on, and that, my little adventurers, is when the real celebration began. The Israelites threw the biggest party you've ever seen. They danced, they sang. They probably did the ancient equivalent of the victory dance. Moses and his sister Miriam led everyone in songs of praise to God. But here's the really amazing part, my little adventurers. This wasn't just about escaping from bad guys. This was about something much bigger and more wonderful. You see, God didn't part the Red Sea just to show off his superpowers, though they are pretty incredible. He did it because he loves his people so much that he'll move mountains, or in this case, move entire seas, to keep them safe. Moses learned something that day that we can learn too. When we trust God, even when things look absolutely impossible, like being stuck between an army and a giant sea, God always has a plan. Sometimes His plan looks different than what we expected, but it's always better than anything we could imagine. So the next time you're facing something that seems impossible, maybe a really hard test, or starting at a new school, or dealing with a bully, remember Moses and the Red Sea. God loves you just as much as He loved the Israelites, and He's got amazing plans for your life too. Here's something amazing from the Bible to remember. Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid, for the Lord your God goes with you. That means wherever you go, whatever scary thing you're facing, God is right there with you, ready to make a way through. Did you love this incredible true story as much as I did? Then hit that subscribe button faster than Moses parted the Red Sea. We've got so many more amazing Bible adventures waiting for you. Stories about brave kids, talking donkeys, giant fighting shepherds, and so much more. Which Bible hero do you want to meet next? Until next time, my little adventurers, remember, with God, nothing is impossible.